able to perform at a high level over and over again. You can hit a half court shot once. That's just the luck of the draw. If you consistently do it through 11 championships like Bill Russell, then, that's excellence. Having success for a year or two, that's being hot. We call that hot. That's being in demand for a short span of time. Excellence is being able to perform at a high level for a long period of time. In a genre of music where it's almost microwave in your career, it's almost like in dog years, right? You last 3 years in hip hop, you're fantastic. You last 5 years, it's like, wow, it's amazing. But if you last through a decade and beyond, it's almost unheard of. In my genre of music, I believe that I've achieved excellence. Creating this poetry, it came easy to me. I didn't recognize it as a gift early on. So I just toyed with it. I would just sit at the table and bang on the table and, write these rhymes all day long. I had ability to speak about situations and emotions and feelings that we were going through. When I say we, myself and my small circle of friends. That's really how I started writing music. I really wrote music for this 10 group of guys who was going through the same thing. And I wrote about our experiences, the thing we had just done the day before, the week before. And I would write it and they would go, oh my goodness, that's just what I was feeling. When I'm writing, my goal is to find that truth for whatever I'm going through and try to tap into that. Staying true to yourself as you grow and as you mature, to find that truth in that and not being afraid of it. And now I got a million friends and I'm writing for them. Wherever you grow up, it's your root, right? It's everything you are. I'm a kid from Marcy Projects from Brooklyn, so it made me exactly who I am. Everyone has to find themselves growing up, and however far off track you go, it's pretty much dependent upon the environment that you grew up in and what you had to do or what you felt you had to do to survive.
The best thing you can do for a person is to inspire them. That's the best currency you can offer them, inspiration. And so when a person can rely on you for that, you know, that empowers them in every uh, realm of their life. Being inspired, it empowers them in their relationships and their business and their art and their creativity. It empowers them because without inspiration, you drop and you can't summon the energy unless you're inspired. So when people can rely on you for that, you know, they just want to make sure nothing changes and that it stays like that and that, for no reason do you have to, stray from that. So I feel like it's like,
good morning, family. If we can go ahead and share this link out to our friends, family, group chats, let's go ahead and get some people on this call today. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. This is the 100 and what episode is this? I don't even know no more, man. I be losing track. The 185th, the 185th episode of Coffee and Crypto. We're live on all platforms. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Listen, make sure you guys smash that like button if you're over on YouTube. Smash the subscribe button. Share this out to your group. Share this out to your friends. We will go live in the next couple of minutes. So I definitely appreciate everybody. We got a lot of information to cover today. Today is going to be an extremely bullish episode. It's going to be one of those. I'm telling you right now. So definitely share this out. I found some information out about XDC. I found some information out about a lot of stuff. So today is going to be super bullish. We have not covered any of this information that we're going to talk about. I haven't even seen it online. You know what I mean? I haven't even seen that many people talking about it. So right now, I'm taking the time to just share this thing out, blast it out, get some people on the live, get some people on the YouTube channel. If you're on it and you guys can help me as I continue to gear up, as I continue to get these slides together for you all. If you guys can just drop these in your respective groups, man, I definitely appreciate you all. Welcome to the call, and we'll get started very soon.
when I said that I'm ready, that's the best thing I could offer my friends.
I just believed in the plan on paper and just you know, amongst the team, it always felt like it could work. It was a good plan. And that to be empowered the way we wanted to be empowered, to get to the level that we want to get to, that it was this route. And it seemed like you had to be comfortable being counted out at times. Because if you was uncomfortable with that, that will put pressure on you to make decisions that might be premature or might work against you in the long run. That's why I call my whole shit the marathon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think it was a lot of pressure to like take the elevator or jump on somebody else's back or
Ride somebody else's way.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And that worked for a moment, but the respect is what keep you in the game. You know what I mean? And the distinguishing yourself through how you get there, you know, is what people really, really at the end of the day say that I know his character from demonstration. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was what was most important. And whatever we could accomplish within that boundary, that's what we wanted. We didn't want nothing else outside of that until we was, you know, in a position to get that on our own and in our own way. And so every time we make a step forward or make progress, it counts for that much more because we know how we got here. We know we kept it pure.
I've learned more from failures than success. It can be paralyzing, this failure and the fear of it. My first album I made was an album called Reasonable Doubt, which in the small circles was considered the album, like a classic album, like the album for that generation in the voice of people that were going through similar situations. But it didn't sell massive numbers worldwide, right? It was still very niche. Then my second album, because of Reasonable Doubt and its lack of commercial success, I tried to make these records that were bigger and will be more popular, which was a failure. Going for that success really messed up that project and, set a bad tone. It was a huge learning lesson for me that if I was going to be successful, I had to be successful with myself. I couldn't be successful doing what other people were doing. I had to do what I believed in and what felt real to me and felt true to me.
So I was like, oh, I gotta be 100% authentically myself.
Because the worst thing to be is as successful as someone else. That's a very difficult thing to upkeep, and it's very tiring. I feel sorry for someone who has to walk out the house every day as someone else to make this art and to make something that people connect to. And whatever you've made is not you. You're not happy about it, but it's successful. Just to maintain that level of success, it has to be very draining and, a very sad existence because at some point you have to go home. And when you go home, all the lights are off and everything's off. And you have to look in the mirror and you have to look at yourself and say, man, I like who I am or I'm not very happy with who I am. By my third album, I had the combination of failing with those pop records and the true and real music that I wanted to make. And I blended those two together and I made a song called Hard Knock Life. And that album was when I knew that I can do it. You can have success. We've seen that a million times. To maintain success is another thing. There's fear in being successful too. You're successful doing one thing, you tend to say, I want to stay here. I don't want to move. I don't want to take a chance and do anything else because this works. I don't know how you learn from success. I haven't figured that part out. A lot of times you're flying at 50,000 feet. You need someone to always keep you grounded. I have great friends around me who I don't shun their advice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is episode 185. I appreciate everybody for tuning in this morning. We are live on all platforms. Welcome in on Twitter or X, as we call it, YouTube and Zoom. Definitely appreciate you all. And we will be going live on other platforms simultaneously as well as the year continues to progress. So definitely appreciate everybody for taking the time to be here. Today is a very special episode. There's a couple of things that I've been able to discover over the last couple of days. And since this is the last episode before we go into the weekend, I just wanted to make sure that you all go into the weekend and you have some type of idea as to maybe you have some extra cash flow. Maybe you have some, extra cash that you want to put into crypto. You know, and again, this is not financial advice, but I want to give you all some facts, some partnerships, some new things that's happening in the industry within some of our favorite ecosystems that's helping to just expand these ecosystems to make them even greater and ultimately be able to increase our money. All right. So if you all are locked in, please go over to the Nerds chat. You know what I'm saying? If you are a nerd, and drop this link. You know what I'm saying? I am watching. All right. I love people that, you know, help me out because it's very important. And, you know, sometimes if y'all wonder why I don't, like, some of y'all hit me up, you wonder why I don't answer your call. You want to know why? Because you don't even drop my link. You don't even say I'm on the call. You know what I mean? That's all I ask. I don't ask for anything to be here besides participation and just to share this link out and share with someone else because sharing is caring. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate everybody for being here this morning again. And we got a lot of stuff to cover this morning. Like I said, first things first is really to understand the crypto market as a whole. I appreciate everybody for dropping the link. I appreciate everybody for dropping the link. Appreciate it. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, one of the things that I want to talk about before we even really jump into the full context of today's call is this, okay? So very first thing I want to do is I want to dive into the market and I want to look and see where we are because we got to know kind of what's happening in the crypto market. And I've explained it again, and this is the mindset that I'm going into it with. Again, we've never been here before. Like I was saying that we've been here before. I was telling people, yo, we've been here before, but to be transparent, we've never been at this particular moment in history of crypto ever before. We've never been, right? Somebody said I have to learn how to drop the link. I know how to share on YouTube. All you got to do, you know, the message, the whole message, that whole message that you click to join the Zoom call, the message that just copy, hold it down, press copy, go over to the group chats, paste it in, press send. That's all you got to do. That's what I send. You know what I mean? But I definitely, that's it. Anybody that like literally that message that we send out, you guys can literally copy that message, paste it, send it out, say I'm on the call, whatever the case may be, just to increase the viewership here live on the call. Because the live viewership, see, I'm gonna be real with y'all, it's value in catching it live. You know, there's value in catching it later too. But when you catch it live, you know, you're catching it while it's happening, or you're catching it before it happens. But if you watch this thing a day later, 2 days later, a couple hours later, you could have missed the whole move. You could have missed the whole play, right? And we not in crypto to miss the play. We in crypto to run up this bag. So stick around, y'all. Today's show is going to be extremely bullish. First thing I want to talk about is we're at 91 extreme greed. We're still in extreme greed as we have, let's see, it's definitely, I thought it was less than 34 days, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Let me take a look real quick and see where we are right now, because I don't think that okay, well, looks like we're 34 days. I think we had less days than that, but based on this, it's saying 34 days. Okay. But 34 days, but look, that's not a long time until the Bitcoin halving, right? If you guys don't know what the Bitcoin halving is, this is where the block rewards for Bitcoin miners is reduced from 6.25 Bitcoin per block to 3.125 Bitcoin per block. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I wouldn't mind making 3.125 Bitcoin per block, but you got to realize that these are businesses and their electric bill, the electric bill and the energy bill for these Bitcoin mining facilities are crazy. Now, there are companies like CleanSpark, who is located also here in Georgia, but CleanSpark, who also is a stock. Okay, so they are actually, you can actually purchase their stock on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, but CleanSpark is a mining facility for Bitcoin, and they use, I believe, wind and solar, but I believe it's solar. It might just be solar, but I know they use solar energy for sure to be able to mine Bitcoin. So there's a lot of these mining facilities, they're starting to get away, and they're even trying to reduce their energy usage, right? And so those are new things that are happening within the space. Now, I wanted to talk about the reason why I want to talk about the halving and bring this back up each and every single episode so that nobody misses it, right, is very simple. Because if we're at extreme greed, 34 days, whatever, away from a Bitcoin halving, historically, if we go back, again, if we go back to on Bitcoin and we pull up the Bitcoin chart and we go to the all time on the Bitcoin chart, which we'll be able to do here in 2 seconds. Okay. Boom. Okay. Then we pull up the all. Now, the last Bitcoin halving was during the last presidential election. When was the last presidential election? The last presidential election, I believe, was in 2020. Okay, now it was before the presidential election, right? So presidential election is at the end of 2020. Okay, Bitcoin halving is around like April. You know what I'm saying? So if you all see, so on April 17th of 2020, Bitcoin was at $7,000. After the halving, right? After the halving, and then after the presidential election, right, going into the election and after the election, we started to see Bitcoin rise to that all-time high that it made before the all-time high today. Pay attention, okay? Historically, let's go back. Before 2020, when was the last Bitcoin halving? Oh, Vincent, that had to be 2016, right? Because that's the you know, it's a 4-year gap. So if we go back to 2016, April, look at that, y'all. April 16th, it was at $430 in 2016. It shot all the way up by the presidential election. Here we go. 2016, boom, boom, boom. Presidential election was here. And then look at that, boom. Going into 2017, 2017, into 2017, boom. We hit 14,000. You know what I'm saying? We was higher than that. Boom, 16,000. Okay. So guys, I'm trying to show you that typically, historically, after the election, about a year after, we start to see the pullback. Same thing that happened over here. But this time around, we are all the way up. We are all the way up on the market. Does anybody see the difference right now? Does anybody see the difference in? So this is why I'm a little shaky right now on the entire crypto market. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm a little shaky. I'm still dollar cost averaging because there's some great tokens out there that you can get into for some good prices, right? But don't be surprised if those go back down too. Don't be surprised if we're buying those at a high too. Because remember, historically, altcoins follow Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the total crypto market cap because we see Bitcoins at 72,000. Okay. Currently, okay, where are we at? Where are we at? So currently, and it's 1017 right now, okay? We have broke through, like we said before, we've been just tracking. Every episode, I try to track a little bit of the TA because we are in pivotal times and some of you all are overly invested or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, and you're invested perfectly for you. And maybe this is a bull run that you are looking to start to collect some profits off of. I'm not here to tell you to do it. I'm not here to tell you not to do it. What I am here to tell you to do is to just make sure that you have a plan, right? So what we're looking at is we looked at a retest off of our support, off of this resistance level, which has created a new founded support. And so the support for $2.468 trillion was founded on the week of March 11th. Okay, so the week of March 11th is when we supported this level of 2.468 trillion. I will not be surprised if we continue to run up into the halving into 2.99 trillion because of things like this. Pay attention to what's happening on the news.
Let's talk about why it's ripping. It seems to me that this is simply a more of a supply-demand issue than it says anything about either even liquidity in the market or just about anything else, that this is actually idiosyncratic to this unique and particular moment. Am I wrong or right?
Well, listen, there's a mindset shift, right? That all of a sudden the U.S. has broadly endorsed Bitcoin, right? You think about what's going on in D.C., this is a vote, right? The American people have just voted, and they have voted they like Bitcoin and they like digital assets. And so Washington needs to get off the stick, get off the couch and start doing something, right? This is going to be an issue for Democrats in this election who have been perceived to be standing in the way.
Uh-oh. Shots fired at Democrats this election, right? I've been seeing a lot on Twitter about Trump being the best candidate. Some people get mad at me. Some people, I mean, not mad at me. I don't predicate my success in life based off who's in office. I'm gonna get this bag regardless. Like I'm not predicating my success. If you understand what I'm saying, drop some coffee all around the internet. Also, if you're on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button, that thumbs up. Man, it helps my channel so much, especially with the value that I know I bring. You know what I mean? Because I be wowing myself. I'm so excited for today. I'd recommend that y'all stick around. I recommend you don't go anywhere because today's episode is extremely bullish. Yeah, and it's brought to you by a partnership that we have on the moon. All right, we'll be revealing that partnership of one of our moon partners very soon. All right, so with that being said, now we're going to let this video continue, but I wanted to talk about something pivotal that Mike Novogratz was just talking about, right? See, he's talked like they're really pushing the Bitcoin narrative even further. We've seen on the last episode that certain ETF providers, we've seen that certain ETF providers are actually now allowing for the ETF fees to be waived for investors all the way until I believe March or like May of 2025 or April 20, something like that, right? But until 2025, y'all, that's absolutely crazy. Crazy. Make sure if you guys are just tuning in right now, man, make sure you please go share this, man. Copy that link that I be sending out to y'all, man, that you be seeing all over the internet. Or if you don't want to do that, man, copy the YouTube link, send it out. Let's blow this thing up because today's call is worth it. I'm telling you right now, today's call is worth it. And I'm about to break down everything as to why I believe that this market is going to crash. Today's episode was entitled Massive Market Correction Incoming for Crypto. Brace for impact.
Of Bitcoin in races like Ohio and in Montana, the Senate races, the crypto pack is putting in money. And so I think that's what you're seeing. You're seeing baby boomers get their first shot, right, through the RIA channel. Like there's $80 billion or $80 trillion of baby boomer wealth, and they're putting a small amount in. And Bitcoiners don't like to sell. Like they often think of their net worth and how many coins they have, not how many dollars they have.
That doesn't explain gold, Mike.
But listen, gold's going up as well. We have a political situation where both candidates seem to want to spend a whole lot of money.
Right.
When Biden's deficit or Biden's budget came out with a trillion plus deficit, that doesn't engender a lot of spirit when it comes to wanting fiscal prudence, right? Bitcoin has always been a report card on fiscal stewardship, and we've got no stewardship in DC right now.
Wow. So let's keep watching as this unfolds. Now, RuPaul was on Impact Theory, okay, and I really like this episode. I'm gonna go watch the whole thing, but he was on there with Peter Schiff, and we all know Peter Schiff. He is not a fan of Bitcoin, and he exposes why he's not a fan of Bitcoin, and it's probably the reason why most people are not fans of Bitcoin, right? So pay attention to this.
If you had a time machine, you could go back in time and buy Bitcoin 10 years ago. Would you do it?
Of course. I mean, I'm not an idiot. Well, but of course, look, yes, do I regret? I mean, I remember when I was sitting at my desk and a guy working with me on my campaign, they were showing me Bitcoin. And the guy was like, look, just buy some. What the hell? And I looked at it, and I don't remember if it was under $1 or over $1, because I can't remember. But I remember it was like 2010. And I remember I thought about it. Yeah, I can throw 10 grand in it, 50 grand. I don't know. I thought about it, and I didn't do it. I was like, this is ridiculous. But what do I went away from it. But I thought about it. I thought about all the odds, and I didn't see this kind of bubble potential. I mean, I thought, yeah, maybe it could go up, but I just didn't want to deal with it. Now, obviously, do I wish I had made the decision to have thrown 10 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand into it? Sure, yeah. I mean, it'd be worth hundreds of millions, assuming I didn't sell. I don't know what I would have done. if I had bought it. But yeah, clearly, I mean, I wish I'd have bought it, but you know, I would, even if I had bought it, even if I would have bought it, I wouldn't have told other people to buy it. I would have had to kept quiet about it because I never believed in it. I would have bought it because I believed other people would be foolish enough or greedy enough to buy it. So I would have had to kept it quiet. I couldn't have like encouraged other people to buy. So I would have, so I think publicly, I wouldn't have had a different, you know, I would have been singing the same song. I just would have made a lot of money if I would have bought it.
So you don't think there's a remote chance you might have been more enthusiastic about it had you have bought it, been involved in the community, made some money, attended some of these conferences, saw what's going on with the technology? Could it have been a different Peter Schiff? And it could have been Schiff Crypto written on the wall there?
Schiff
I
Crypto.
think there's a chance it could have been, and maybe you missed it.
You feel me?
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
He said, they said, RuPaul. Da-da-da-da-da. It's the one and only RuPaul. Yo, RuPaul went gangsta on my guy real quick, right? He went real federal. Hey, yo, shout out. I ain't never seen this many people on Twitter. Like, I don't know what happened. Twitter woke up, but I'm gonna say something right now. Thank you, Twitter, for being here. Hey, and you know, share this out to your network. You know, let's build over on Twitter too. You know, we live on Twitter, we live on X, we live everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We live everywhere. And eventually we be live on a yacht near your city, near your beach town. You know what I'm saying? We be on a yacht just cruising by. You know what I mean? Cruising on through. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's continue to push forward. Now, we heard about the Bitcoin narrative. We see why the people who the bigwigs that did not get wealthy off Bitcoin. Maybe this is the reason why Peter Schiff, right? Because it wouldn't have said Schiff Gold. It would have said probably Schiff Gold / Bitcoin, but because of the fact that, or crypto or whatever, right? But because of the fact that he did not get in, you know. But anyway, let's continue to push forward. Now, I want to play this quick video. I want to play this quick video clip right here. And this talks about, and we know we cover a lot about the bank failures on this show. Bank failures is something that I'm very big on. And the reason why I like to talk about bank failures a lot, and I like to keep you all ahead of the curve on that, is because where do you put your money? Where do I put my money, right? Outside of crypto. It's either in crypto, it's either in some other asset, or it's in the bank, or you got cash under the mattress, which I would tell you is probably the worst way to manage your money in this modern era, right? So I want to play these 3 clip series real quick because this is going to lead us into the bullish information that I have on XDC network. This has not been released all over the internet yet. This is probably going to be your first time hearing about this, and if not, it's all good. We're going to dive into it together. So if you all are ready, drop some coffee all over the interwebs, all over the internet. Drop some coffee for me, and let's go ahead and light it up one time as we talk about something that they call blank check investors. Blank check investors. And check is CHEQUE. Blank check investors. Pay attention, y'all.
A mysterious blank check company has emerged, and it is willing to buy failed US banks. Let me repeat that. A blank check company with unlimited capital at its disposal is willing to buy failed US banks. The banks that have not failed yet, but that will, the system knows. So they know that more likely than not, a once-in-a-generation opportunity is about to open up for them to take advantage of. A blank check company, by the way, is effectively a special purpose acquisition entity that exists for the sole purpose of completing a business transaction, such as an acquisition of other companies. A blank check company has no operations of its own, by the way, so it's not truly a company. It's not a true business in a traditional sense of the word. It is a shell that's financed through private offerings. According to Financial Times, the blank check company Portico's Capital bets on further.
So the name of the company, I didn't want y'all to miss that, and someone drop it in the chat everywhere. So people drop this, Portico's Capital. That's TICOES Capital. Y'all take a look at that company now.
Bank turmoil and
Matter of fact, let's go look at it together. Oh yeah, because this is what we do here. You know what I mean? I don't leave y'all. We're not gonna leave this stone unturned. Okay. So check this out right here. This 11 hours ago, all over. They're not talking about this on the news. Okay. Blank check firm Porticos plans to snap up fallen banks. Oh, okay. So this ain't something that's just made up. This ain't just some AI rubbish, right? I verified it for y'all. I made sure that it was correct. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that we was on the right page with that. So let's continue to push forward and let's continue to hear what she has to talk about blank checks.
And that is why they are seeking an approval from FDIC, the bank's top regulator, to take over collapsed lenders. I will remind you that in the United States, once a bank fails, the FDIC takes over its assets and liabilities, and eventually sells what's left to other regulated banks. That is the key. It sells it to other regulated banks with the idea that FDIC will still be able to monitor it, just under different management. Well, this time around, Porticos is a private company, and it is trying to buy banks that will collapse in the near future. Do you see the difference now? This is a genius plan, you have to agree. Print billions of dollars, inject that money into the economy, causing out-of-control inflation. Just sit there and watch, let it spiral out of control, then start hiking rates as fast and as aggressively as you possibly can, knowing full well that it will cause the cost of debt to skyrocket, resulting in smaller banks starting to struggle. And by the way, keep in mind that this mysterious blank check company seeking FDIC approval to buy failed lenders in the future is announcing its intentions right when the Fed let its bank term funding program, the lifeline for smaller banks, to expire. That is an interesting coincidence. Financial Times says that a group of Wall Street veterans is behind Porticos Capital. The bet on failed banks suggests Porticos sponsors see more trouble ahead for the sector a year after the failure of Silicon Valley Bank shook confidence in U.S. regional lenders. Reportedly, ex-top banking executives are running this blank check company. Financial Times says Leslie Lieberman, executive who got his start at former investment bank Drexel Burnham Lambert, worked on mergers and acquisitions at Kidder Peabody and bought banks in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis. One of the board members is formerly one of the highest-ranking U.S. executives at Swiss bank UBS before his departure in 2022. And in addition to that, also in the group is a former top executive of Spanish bank BBVA and a board member since 2018 of the U.S. government-backed mortgage insurance company Fannie Mae. The last part does worry me because it sounds as though there might be a conflict of interest. We have a board member of U.S. government-backed company Fannie Mae and a blank check company top executive combined in the banking industry. Let me know what your take on this is in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Financial Times reported that Porticos, the blank check company, has been around for a while, actually. Last year, for example, it won approval from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency to buy banks closed by the FDIC. Its so-called shelf charter is a workaround, says Financial Times, to traditional curbs on private investors. Approval from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency to buy banks closed by the FDIC. Its so-called shelf charter is a workaround, says Financial Times, to traditional curbs on private investors. Lieberman's group was approved to run a bank holding company once Porticos actually buys a bank. As the Federal Reserve keeps interest rates higher for longer, and we see smaller banks struggle with the cost of debt, and in addition to that, those smaller lenders hold the biggest portion of commercial real estate debt in the United States, we're likely to see a banking crisis unfold very, very soon. Since office buildings have been declining in value, some markets have already seen 40% declines. Last year, for example, a group of professors estimated that it could cause as many as 300 banks to fail over the course of next 2 years.
All right. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all didn't know it was that serious, huh? Y'all, I promise you, like, you ain't know it was that serious. Like, you ain't know it was happening. Like you knew it was happening, but they got blank check companies. Like, if you got some value from that, man, light it up one time. Like if you got value from that, light it up one time. Like, it's that right there is worth a light up. You know what I mean? Like, just to even have that come to your presence. You know what I mean? To be able to go and research even more about is absolutely amazing. Now, pay attention, y'all. Okay. So let me see. So this is their LinkedIn right here, right? This is their LinkedIn. Bloomberg's talking about this company, right? Bloomberg's talking about this company right here. See, I like the research, y'all. I'm a researcher, so I like to like dive in sometimes and just see what I might have missed. This guy right here, Les Lieberman, Porticos Capital LLC. Porticos Capital LLC. Okay. Executive, look at this, Florida Community Bank, executive vice chairman of the board, executive vice chairman, Bond Street Holdings. Man, this guy right here, you know what I mean, is he knows some things, you know, Wharton School, MBA, Franklin Marshall College. Wow. Okay. So anyway, this is Porticos, and you know, this is the guy right here, apparently, you know, that is behind everything. Now, I want to show y'all something else real quick. Tom Emmer, we know who Tom Emmer is, right? You all should know who he is by now. Okay, Tom Emmer he just posted this on his page. He said, if you didn't think the Fed is pursuing, this was on March 13th, yesterday. He said, if you don't think the Fed is pursuing a CBDC, think again. The Fed gave this to my staff during a presentation earlier this Congress. They view a CBDC as one of their key duties. Key duties of the Fed: currency, check collection, automated clearing house, ACH payments, right? Which is going to be included in cross-border payments, wholesale payments, right? Fiscal agents of the U.S. government, Fed now, and then the central bank digital currency. Wow. Tom Emmer leaked that, didn't he? Now, let me see something. Do I want to get into XDC? What do y'all think? What do y'all think I should do? Should I go ahead and jump into the XDC content now? Are y'all ready for that? Or should we talk about T+1? I'm gonna let y'all decide. Should we talk about T+1 real quick? Knock that out and then get into XDC for like the cherry on top? You know what I mean? Or should we do XDC first? You know what I mean? Knock that out, then go through T+1. I'm gonna let y'all decide. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all want. Now, if I go over XDC, I feel like all y'all go get off the car. Don't be doing me now. Because if y'all leave after I talk about XDC and y'all get this T+1 stuff, I will be salty. All right, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be salty. So I'm gonna just let y'all know. All right. No, I'm just playing. All right, cool. So let's look. The people have spoken. So let's jump into XDC. Before we jump into XDC, some people don't even know what XDC is. So as a good coach, I'm gonna give y'all a 12-day-ago video. You know, I try to keep things as fresh as possible. This video was dropped on the XDC's official network on YouTube 12 days ago, and it only has 2,000 views, y'all. That means don't nobody know about XDC yet.
XDC is a decentralized, open source, and community-driven blockchain platform. Let's explore the innovative features use cases, and benefits, and how it is revolutionizing the future. XDC is an EVM-compatible Layer 1 blockchain successfully running since 2019. It is a hybrid network that combines both public and private blockchain with interoperable smart contracts. It is built to meet the demands of real-world asset tokenization, modern finance, and global trade. Scalability is a fundamental strength of XDC. Powered by the XinFin Delegated Proof of Stake, XDPOS consensus mechanism, and innovative architecture, the network can process up to 2,000 transactions per second, ensuring efficient and fast transaction settlement and enhanced performance. As the network evolves, it will continue to enhance its scalability and performance to meet the demands of all use cases. XDC simplifies cross-border and domestic transactions by eliminating intermediaries, thus reducing costs. The highly important global financial messaging ISO 20022 standard works effortlessly on the XDC network, enabling an advanced instant settlement solution that allows digital assets to be included in a message's payload. Payments also provides transparency and immutability, allowing all parties involved to view and track transactions in real time. This enhances transparency and reduces the risk of fraud or errors. The XDC network is designed for enterprise use, offering real-world decentralized applications that meet the requirements for businesses, organizations, and governments, such as smart contracts functionality, privacy, identity management, and regulatory compliance. Moreover, by connecting various blockchain networks seamlessly, it promotes seamless interoperability and facilitates integration and data exchange with private chains or subnetworks. This positively impacts the industries globally and makes the network suitable choice for sectors like finance, supply chain, trade finance, legacy systems, real-world asset tokenization, and more. Additionally, XDPOS2 is the most energy-efficient consensus that actively supports sustainability by enabling transparent carbon credit trading, contributing to a more environmentally friendly future. XDC Network has a thriving ecosystem supported by a diverse community of users, developers, enthusiasts, and industry experts. Through strategic partnerships with leading organizations and technology providers, XDC expands its ecosystem, fostering innovation, cross-chain compatibility, adoption, flexibility, and liquidity. With its scalable architecture, fast transaction speeds, low fees, robust military-grade security, cross-chain compatibility, and cost-effective enterprise-grade solutions.
You saw they slid that in there, robust military-grade security. Remember, y'all, we know who created the hash algorithm, right? We've already talked about that, right? Oh, okay. So robust military-grade security. Okay. No wonder these companies. All right. Pay attention. I'm about to show y'all something else. All right. So I'm going to make the announcement. All right. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. So, first off, the ITFA. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but who are they? The International Trade and Forfeiting Association is the worldwide trade association for companies, financial institutions, and intermediaries engaged in global trade, forfeiting, supply chain, and receivables financing. Financing, okay? So the financing of these four, you wouldn't even have a world right now without these four things, right? So this was founded in 1999 by 320 members located in over 50 countries. ITFA brings together banks, financial institutions who's failing, okay, who are engaged in originating and distributing trade-related risk and finding creative ways to mitigate risk, expanding from its original focus on the purchase and discounting of simple but robust payment instruments, such as negotiable instruments and letters of credit. The forfeiting industry has embraced new instruments and created new structures to become a prominent part of supply chain finance. Supply chain finance. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. So let's go over to, I'm excited, y'all. Let's go over to the memberships. Let's go over to members. Let's go to the membership directory. All right. Now, if you scroll on down right here, you see where it says banks, brokers, consultancy, fintech. What's fintech? Financial technology. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's scroll through here and see what companies we see. All right, let's see what we see. Huh? Let's see what we see. Y'all see anything that look familiar yet? I don't know if I see anything. Not yet. All right. There was one though. There was one right here, R3. Y'all know about R3, right? So R3 is on the list. Oh, okay. Oh, so XRP is okay, cool. All right, cool. But if I keep scrolling, look at this right here, y'all. XDC Network. Hey, XDC Network is on the list, y'all. And they just dropped a video 1 day ago that only got 17,000 views right now, okay? And they only got 6,000 subscribers. But this video is the hottest thing I've seen out, all right, since Hot came out. Pay attention.
Well, it's been a really interesting event. I mean, I've learned a terrific amount. It's a really exciting sort of energy in the room, lots of solutions, lots of great thinking as well.
XDC network is the only member of ITFA providing a layer 1 network.
Whoa, what he said? What did he say? Hold on, what did he say live in front of these people, the global leaders of the world? What he said? Real quick, Flex.
XDC network is the only member of ITFA providing
only member of the ITFA. He says the only layer 1 member, meaning no other blockchain, no other layer 1 blockchain is a part of this. Let's go.
a layer 1 network.
But when it comes down to priorities, I think it really boils down to quite simple things. We need more transactions between lenders, financial institutions, companies, more use cases and case studies that we can show others and get them mobilized and motivated around this massively exciting opportunity to digitalize trade.
And of course, when these documents are created, which can be verified by anyone, then the funding becomes much, much easier.
We built Fathom as a decentralized liquidity protocol on XDC. So what you can do, you can come with your assets. These can be native crypto assets, or these can be tokenized real-world assets or real-world assets issued directly on chain. Deposit them into our protocol and borrow against that. It also comes with a stable coin, so you can borrow a stable coin as well. This is a over-collateralized US dollars backed stable coin. And our ambition for the stablecoin is really for the stablecoin to be the base currency of the XDC trade network. So all liquidity pools and trading pairs can and should be and will be denominated against FXD, which is our US dollar stablecoin.
TradeTech is making trade finance investable, and it helps through providing liquidity from institutional investors and other, retail investors, all the way, channels it to corporates that are underserved currently. What we do is we are tokenizing trade finance and make.
All right, I want to show y'all something now. I want to show y'all the difference between the conversations of developers. These are developers, right? These guys that you just heard, last two guys, they've built layer 2s, so other projects off of the XDC network. The same way that we talked about Stronghold being built off of the XLM. See, for me, I'm not looking at projects outside of Helium Mobile. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like Helium Mobile. But I'm not really looking at a whole lot of projects that's built on like the Ethereum. I know they're out there. I know they're valuable. But based on my own beliefs and what I know and the way that money moves, I want to be where the money resides. That's where I want my money. I want my money where the money resides. Drop some coffee if you get what I'm saying. I want my money where the money resides. So if the money resides in trade finance, if the money resides in cross-border payments, if the money resides in smart contract capabilities, if the money resides in real-world tokenization applications, this is what I want to put my money a part of as well.
making, therefore, more liquidity available to underserved corporates. The tokenization is particularly powerful because it not just creates real-time trading experience, it also creates fractional access to the asset class. And of course, it's very low cost. The XTC network is just a very efficient way, a very efficient rails to make this reality.
Basically, what we're trying to do is use the technology of blockchain along with the traditional asset of gold, bring it together to create something which makes gold accessible to everybody. So blockchain is a new thing in town where it allows it to be decentralized and accessible to a lot of community. So we're trying to make gold fungible, flexible, and liquid so that it gives access to everybody out in the business world.
My big message overall is if we're not doing it now, when are we doing it? I think it's now. All the right people are in the room, and it's just an enormous opportunity for trade and finance overall.
So now, you know what, man? Look, shout out to my family, because y'all were right. I needed to show that XDC network information first, because now we can roll in the T+1. It made sense because a lot of people don't understand how T+1 even is going to make sense. Like, what is that, right? Well, understand that there's a layer of technology underneath when you get same-day settlement, one-day settlement, two-day settlement, three-day settlement, that's T+3, T+2, T+1, T+0. When you get those are the 4 ways that money. Man, how do I even know this stuff? I don't know. I need to go get a job or something. But like for I need to go get a career path in this or something, because this junk is like, it's crazy, y'all. Like it's completely clicked for me. Like money is just like it is meant to be multiplied, and it can be multiplied faster on the blockchain. So why does one-day settlement for securities matter? Understand that in order for this one-day settlement to happen, you need companies like the DTCC, right? We talked about the ITFA, right? We talked about that, but then the DTCC is this video right here that deals with T+1 same-day settlements. There is a technology layer that is partnered with the DTCC. Can anybody tell me who it is? Oh, okay, don't worry. I got y'all. I got y'all. Just in case, right? Just in case anybody forgot, let me pull this up real quick for y'all. Let me see something. Look at this right here. Look. Before we even go there, 2016 Blockchain Symposium, opening remarks. This is the president and CEO's opening remarks. He's talking about blockchain. He's talking about post-trade ecosystem. He's talking about the big picture, the potential impact. He's talking about all this stuff, right? The point of view of DTCC. Here goes that T+1, right? Look at this, y'all. I did not make this stuff up, and I ain't never even read this document. I just know this stuff. Look, for example, it has taken about 5 years to gain industry consensus on shortening the U.S. settlement cycle to T+2. Although we could move to T+1 tomorrow using existing technology, we need to be realistic that the industry is simply not prepared for a big bang. Rather, the technology will likely be implemented in phases over a period of time, and initially in targeted areas where processes are still overly manual. Pay attention. If I scroll wait, I saw something about Bitcoin. Look at this right here, y'all. They talked about Bitcoin. I'm sure many of you saw the newsletter earlier this month about concern over the increasing amount of time it takes to process Bitcoin transactions. Whoa, at one point, several weeks ago, 40,000 Bitcoin transactions were waiting to be cleared, and the average time to verify a transaction was around 43 minutes. You think this is in the documentation. The only company that is spoken about outside of Bitcoin in this whole document is right here, y'all. I'd like to start things off by welcoming my predecessor at DTCC and a good friend, Don Donahue, who now serves as the president and CEO of Miranda Partners and is an advisor to the distributed ledger technology company, Ripple. He brought him to the stage. He brought, this was a speech. He brought this man, the advisor of Ripple, who was his predecessor for this company. Oh my Lord. I ain't even get this deep by myself, y'all. I'm messed up right now. I didn't know I was going to discover all this today. Let's watch this video.
From our vantage point, most participants are ready for T1, and those that aren't will be ready. A lot of testing is underway and in earnest, and most participants have engaged in a very constructive way. The more important point about T1 is being able to be resilient in a shortened settlement cycle or a window cycle. We will go from 19 hours from execution to settlement to 5 hours. That is a big difference. Participants will need to be able to take advantage of that window. And what I mean by that is if there's an issue, they will need to recover quickly. So the name of the game in the T1 environment is as much about resiliency and being able to recover if something happens in a shorter window. If participants can't recover, they will miss the window and can miss settlement altogether.
So this is a big thing. This came out on March 8th of this year. 7 things to know about T+1 settlement. This is on Charles Schwab's website, by the way. Okay. So Charles Schwab, everybody know that company. They're talking about T+1 settlement. It is coming, y'all. In May, literally, we're 2 months away. Settlement cycles on stock trades and other securities move from 2 days to 1 day. Oh, man. These are exciting times, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Drop some coffee in the chat box if you did. I know I learned a whole lot today, more than I even expected. And I'm pretty sure you did too. You know, if you are not confident about your investments from this moment moving forward, I don't know what to do to make you more confident in what you hold. I believe this could be the last episode of Coffee and Crypto. And we've made a big enough impact. You know what I mean? We made a big enough impact. You know what I mean? Where we're like in our lives, at least, you know, where things will never be the same. I want to invite anybody that wants to share one thing you like, learned, or loved. You know what I'm saying? From this. So like, learned, or loved. So just share one of those things. You know, you ain't got to share all 3. Just share one of those things. I'd love to hear from some new people. And while I wait for any hands to be raised, I have an announcement. I'm excited, y'all. All right. And it just keeps getting gooder. We've had, since the last show, we've had about 2 more people get started. Well, not even about, we have 2 more people, not even about, we had 2 more people get started with the one-on-one coaching. So we're now down to, I believe, 3 slots. So we only have 3 slots left for $1,000 for the year. After that, prices go back to $5,000. So if you have been wanting to get coaching, I would recommend that you do it now. You guys see that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like if we go this hard on Coffee or Crypto, y'all can only imagine what happens on the actual sessions that we have. It's really life-changing. So the ones that have gotten started, I want to say thank you so much. If you are interested in private coaching, one-on-one, you know what I mean, you're looking for just coaching. Like, I'm a blockchain strategist. I'm not going to take your money and invest it for you. I'm just going to talk to you about strategy. We're going to figure out what type of strategies we can work with. Maybe you're sitting with a full Bitcoin. Maybe you're sitting with a couple of Ethereum. Maybe you got a couple Bitcoin. One of my students, you know what I mean, has a couple, and they're still entrusting VO to help them diversify those couple into other things, other asset classes. So, you know, if you all are looking, you're serious, you can spare that $1,000. I do have a payment plan for 4 payments. We can do a 2-payment installment that we have set up on the website. And then also you can pay the full $1,000 up front. So if you are interested, feel free to DM me. The link actually is in my bio. So you guys can actually go to the link in my bio as well. and also join that as well. I did see that my big bro just joined the call, Billy. He was over on YouTube going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I see he got in here, so I'm assuming he got something to say. I'm assuming because if Billy get on the YouTube, you know what I mean? If he leave YouTube to come to Zoom, I only assume that he got something to say. I'll be paying attention, y'all. I know, like y'all think I don't know, y'all don't think I know who in the call. I be knowing every person that's in the call. I know who coming in, who going out. Like I'm nosy, y'all. I be seeing everything. I'm good. I be looking, I be still talking, I be multitasking. But also, if you go check the website, the $100 for the Discord is over with. You guys missed it. It's now $200 for the lifetime. All right, so I'm still doing lifetime. There's no month to month. Still a lifetime price. So if you have not gotten into the Discord, we have 2 calls outside of this call, and we'll be adding more calls as more and more leaders are being developed throughout the coffee and crypto community. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Craw Billy real quick. What up, Craw Billy?
Look, man, I hate to be the guy that says like the new folks. I like some new folks too, but if new folks ain't gonna stop talk, I'm gonna continue to open my mouth. Okay. XDC is not something I talk about, and I'm selfish, and somebody will see my picture on this YouTube one day and say, "You dirty rat." But I'm gonna tell you, I have spent time in this, coffee and crypto. I've spent time, and I do share some crypto with my friends, and they own it. But I don't share everything. You know why? Because you got to do some work.
Yeah.
You got to do something. You got to do some work. And I fear that people are going to miss this because this R3 Corda XTC, I'm telling you, it's a massive project, and it's a stable project. I mean, and the layer 1s and the layer 2s, what the hell does that mean? I mean, you really have to know this. And so I always learn something from you. And even things that I know about, I learn extra things. So I encourage anybody who's listening to, to get with you to figure this out, because really the timeline here is a little bit. When I asked my wife how much she loves me, she said that much, nothing comes between us. But I'm gonna tell you what, the timeline is different on this crypto thing. It's gonna be important to get involved and to hold before it goes to $3, right? When it goes to $3, I could just see Corda going. If Corda went to $3, I would be in that oversized chair on your yacht, doing the wave, over chairs on the arc, oversized chair on the arc. There's Billy saying, it would be dreamland. So pay attention, guys. The guy in front of you, not the white guy, but the black guy, this is the guy. One day you can follow the Billy if you want to, but this is the guy to watch right here. Vincent Owens. Check him out and plug in with him, invest with him, be part of this thing.
Appreciate that, Billy. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Twitter too, man. Twitter went crazy today. We had more people out. We had more people on Twitter watching than at one point than like YouTube and Zoom. It was crazy. So I've been watching everything. I got all my devices up. I'm watching everything, y'all. So is there anybody else have anything to say? Feel free, man. Feel free to just come on up. Matter of fact, I see everybody in here. Ain't no riffraff in here right now. So I'm gonna just allow, if there's anybody that want to unmute, just feel free. You know what I mean? Y'all can now unmute yourself. You know what I mean? We family. Y'all can just unmute yourself. I can give that ability to the team. You know what I mean? So if you got anything that you want to say, feel free to unmute. And if not, man, listen, get with me. Today I'm not gonna lie. Today I'm working harder. I'm gonna sell all three of these today. All three of these are gone by today. They have to be gone. Like all three of the one-on-ones got to be gone by today. So I'm going to social media and I'm about to blow this thing big. Like if look, y'all might as well delete Instagram or unfollow me today because I am all over your timeline like Grant Cardone today. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm on your timeline like Grant Cardone today. So with that being said, look like nobody else got nothing to say. So look, this was an amazing episode. This was another bullish episode, and I hope that y'all, learned yourself something because this has been 185 plus hours of nothing but bullish content, and we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I will see some of y'all on the 1000th episode, and I will see the other ones, from the beaches and the banks. You know what I mean? Because some of y'all not gonna stick around long enough to be there with us anyway. Have an amazing day, and we will see y'all soon. Peace and blessings.